Do you ever feel like you're constantly wearing a mask, pretending to be strong, composed, and utterly unshaken by life's relentless demands? Beneath that carefully constructed facade, there's a part of you that craves to be seen, to be understood, to be accepted just as you are, flaws and all. This persistent feeling of needing to hide your true self to protect yourself from judgment is a burden many of us carry in silence. For years, I believed that showing any sign of weakness or uncertainty would shatter my credibility and make me an easy target for criticism. I chased perfection, striving for an impenetrable exterior that left no room for error, no space for doubt, and certainly no opportunity for vulnerability. The world often tells us that vulnerability is a liability, a chink in our armor, something to be avoided at all costs. We're taught to be strong, independent, resilient, always put together, even when we're crumbling inside. This societal pressure creates a deep-seated fear, a silent agreement that true strength lies in never letting anyone see you sweat. But what if I told you that everything you've been taught about strength and vulnerability is actually backwards? What if the very act of opening up, of being truly seen, is not your greatest weakness, but your most profound source of power? This isn't about oversharing or spilling your deepest secrets to strangers. It's about authentic self-expression and building genuine connections. My own journey to understanding this truth was a long and often painful one, filled with moments of intense struggle and self-doubt. I remember a time when I was so terrified of making a mistake at work that I'd spend countless hours meticulously checking and rechecking everything. The fear of being perceived as incompetent was suffocating, and it made me reluctant to ask questions or admit when I didn't know something. This constant guard exhausted me, and slowly, but surely it began to isolate me from my colleagues and even my closest friends. I was building walls, not bridges, and the more I tried to appear perfect, the lonelier I became. The turning point came after a significant professional setback that left me feeling utterly defeated and exposed. There was nowhere left to hide, no perfect facade to maintain, and for the first time I allowed myself to just be broken. Surprisingly, instead of judgment, I received an outpouring of empathy and support from people I least expected. It was in that raw moment of vulnerability that I felt truly connected, truly understood for the first time in years. This experience taught me that vulnerability is not a weakness to be overcome, but a bridge to be built. It is the courage to be imperfect, to be seen fully, and to offer your authentic self to the world, even when it feels terrifying. Think about the people you admire most. Are they the ones who seem to have it all together, or the ones who share their struggles and triumphs openly? It's often the latter, because their honesty creates a space for us to be honest too, to feel less alone in our own imperfections. So how do we begin to cultivate this strength, this courage, to be vulnerable in our own lives? First, start small with people you trust deeply, a close friend, a family member, a partner. Instead of saying "I'm fine" when you're not, try saying "I'm having a tough day," or "I feel a bit overwhelmed right now." Notice the subtle shift in energy, the immediate deepening of connection when you allow yourself to be honest about your internal state. Second, practice self-compassion. Understand that it's okay to not be okay all the time. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend facing similar struggles. Third, remember that boundaries are an essential part of healthy vulnerability. Vulnerability doesn't mean having no filters. It means choosing who to open up to and how much to share wisely. The strength in vulnerability is not found in the act of being exposed, but in the courage to allow yourself to be seen. It's about the liberation that comes from dropping the heavy armor you've carried for so long. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite genuine intimacy and deeper trust into your relationships. You create a space where others feel safe enough to be vulnerable with you in return, fostering true reciprocity. In the workplace, embracing vulnerability can lead to greater innovation and problem solving. When leaders admit they don't have all the answers, they empower their teams to step up and contribute their unique perspectives. Personally, it unlocks a deeper sense of self-acceptance, and and a freedom to pursue your true passions without fear of failure. You learn to trust your inner voice and rely on your inherent resilience rather than relying on external validation. Embracing vulnerability allows you to move beyond superficial connections and into a realm of profound human experience. It's about finding the courage to say, "This is me, with all my complexities, my hopes, and my fears." When you do this, you open the door for others to meet you, where you truly are, not where you pretend to be. The world needs your authentic self, not a polished, perfected version of who you think you should be. The strength derived from vulnerability is a deep, quiet power that radiates from within. It's the power to recover from setbacks not by ignoring them, but by acknowledging your pain and moving through it. It's the power to connect with empathy, understanding that everyone carries their own invisible struggles. This strength doesn't require you to be fearless, but rather to be courageous in the face of fear itself. It's the freedom to be truly human, to experience the full spectrum of emotions without judgment or suppression. Imagine a life where you no longer expend energy maintaining a false image. A life where your connections are rich, deep, and authentically supportive. A life where your inner peace is not dependent on external approval, but on your own self-acceptance. This life is within your reach, starting with one courageous step towards embracing your true self. Remember, vulnerability is not about being weak, it's about being brave enough to be real. It's about showing up authentically and letting your light shine even when it feels scary. Today I invite you to redefine what strength means to you. To embrace the messy, imperfect, beautiful truth of who you are. To let go of the pressure to be someone you're not and step into the power of genuine connection. The world is waiting for your authentic self, and your authentic self is waiting to be set free. What small act of vulnerability can you take today to begin unlocking your true power? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's build a community where vulnerability is celebrated, not hidden. Thank you for watching, and remember, your vulnerability is your superpower.